Now we are going to see how to create a new Supabase account and how to create a new Supabase project. So let's open a new tab, and here I'm going to type Supabase, and this is the first result. Let's click on it. And here if I click on sign in, so if you already have an existing Supabase account, you can enter the email and password and click on sign in. And if you don't have an existing account, so you can click on sign up. So let's click on sign up because I don't have an existing account. So here you can use your GitHub credential or the manual email password. So I'm going to create the new Supabase account with manual email and password. So here I'm going to type kapadia.sameer1@gmail.com, and let's add the password. You can keep the password of your choice. And now let's click on sign up. So here it says sign up successful. And here it is written, check your email to confirm. So let's go to the email. So here I got an email. Confirm your email address to start building with Supabase. So let's click on this button, confirm email address. So now the account is verified and you can navigate to Supabase to create organization. So to create the project, first we need to set up the organization. So by default, it will populate the organization name and the email ID. Let's click on create organization. Now here you can replace the project name. So let me just remove this. And here I'm going to say React Supa hyphen full stack. Okay, and let's add the database password. And the region I'm keeping at Asia Pacific. And now let's create the new project. So our project has been created with the name React Supabase Full Stack. Now next step is we need to install Supabase library in React application, and we need to configure the project. So in order to install, we need to get the API keys. So click on let's click on the API settings. So if I click here, so this is the URL which Supabase provides us, and we also have the key. So if I scroll down, I think we need to click on API's keys. Okay, so I think this is publishable key can be safely shared publicly. Configure API key to securely control access to your project. Okay, I think this is the key we need. This key is safe to use in a browser if you have enabled row level security for your tables and configured policy. Okay, and this is also an API key default. Okay, so this is the secret API key, and this is publicly we can use this key. So let's see which key we can use, but as of now this is the URL and this is the API key which we need to use. I think we can use this public key. Okay, now we need to connect our React app and Supabase. So if I go to project overview, let's click on general. So where is the code to connect? Okay, inside integration also we don't have infrastructure. Okay, if I click on this project, okay, so if I scroll down, so here it is. Okay, inside the JavaScript tab, we have this code which will be used to configure. Okay, so but first we need to install the library. Okay, so let me just copy this Supabase JS. Let's go to Visual Studio Code and open the terminal. Press Ctrl C to stop the terminal, and here I'm going to say npm install and paste @supabase/supabase.js. Hit enter. Okay, so the library has been installed. So here it is, Supabase, supabase.js 2.86.2. Okay, close this. Now, what else we need to do? So after the installation, now inside the src folder, I'm going to create a new folder, and here I'm going to name this as supabase hyphen config. No, no, not supabase hyphen config. Just name it as config. Okay, hit enter, and inside we can create a file and name this as supabase hyphen config dot ts. And now we can just copy the code here. Okay, so let's copy this, paste it here. So first we are importing the create client from Supabase hyphen Supabase JS, and this will be the Supabase URL. Okay, so this is hard coded, but we need to get it from here. So where was the Supabase URL? Here we need to click on view API keys settings. This is the URL. Let's copy this, and okay, this is the same URL. Okay, we need to use the .env file for this. So first let's create that .env. So what I can do is, so inside the default documentation we have this hard-coded Supabase URL and the key, but we need to change this. Okay, so inside the main file, okay, inside the main folder, here I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to say .env, hit enter, and here I'm going to say wheat underscore supabase underscore URL equals to, and here we are going to paste the URL. So copy this, paste it here. Then we have wheat underscore supabase underscore API underscore key equals to, let's copy the key, public key. Okay, so let me just copy this, paste it here. Okay, save this. Now let's go back to the configuration, and here let's remove this hard-coded URL, and here I'm going to say import dot meta dot env dot wheat underscore, right, or yeah, underscore supabase URL. Okay, save this, and for key, supabase key, we need to type import dot meta dot env wheat supabase API key. So if it is a normal React app, you can use process.env.variable name, but if it is created using v tool, you have to use the syntax import.meta.env.with supabase URL. Okay, so this is important, and here I'm going to just change the uh, variable name to supabase config. Okay, and here we are passing the create, and we are using the create client and passing the supabase URL, supabase key. Let's export default supabase config, save this. Okay, this is done. So our setting is done for supabase. Okay, the configuration is done.